This is part 2 of a 2-part series about burnout and compassion fatigue. So I want to start out our time on this video with a scripture, and it says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." And that's from Matthew 11:28-30. And one of the greatest ways we can prevent or correct burnout or compassion fatigue is starting on the spiritual level. I'm a big proponent of everything having a spiritual and a practical part to it. But we start here with the spiritual part, and that first part is going to be spending time with God, letting Him restore your soul. So let's talk about a few things spiritually we need to do first to restore our soul. The first one is we need to come. We need to have time with God, come to Him, and spend that time daily, letting Him refill us, refresh us. Then we need to take. We tend to be givers and servers. So ask yourself, am I getting the help I need? First from God, and then from others. And then we need to learn. We are always learning. And sometimes in helping positions or just people have a huge capacity for compassion, we need to learn boundaries. We need to learn no. We need to ask God what is ours and what is not. Sometimes we're doing things that really are not ours to do. So I'm going to give you a list of some things now, practical things that you can do. The first one is, number one, acknowledge that this is real. There is a cost to caring, and in our world, we're kind of all being affected by this. So we acknowledge it. Number two, we learn to check in. And it's like really asking yourself every day, how am I doing? Rate yourself on a weekly basis of 1 to 10. 1 being, I am feeling really depleted. 10, I'm feeling amazing. Write it down each day. If you keep going below 5, you need to make some adjustments. Number 3, practice self-care on a regular basis. Fill up your bucket, fill up your soul. Ask yourself, what energizes me? What brings me joy? And put it on your calendar. We've all heard the analogy of putting the big rocks in first, right? So get out your calendar, make appointments for yourself. If you don't control your calendar, someone else will. And then number 5 is redefine a win. We tend to define our wins by the big things in life that we're waiting for. But we can now define our wins with the everyday moments of life, just being thankful and grateful and seeing the good things that are happening in the very little way, or the little steps that we're taking, not the big steps. So choose your wins and speak them out. And then number 6, be open to exploring your own motivations, history, and story, and how is that possibly connecting to burnout or compassion fatigue. We have to make sure that we are in a healthy place in this world, because if we're not, it's just going to get us to a place of keep getting unhealthier. So work on yourself. And then number 7 is create a safe place and safe people to talk to. Do you have that place? Do you have a place or a person that you can completely be yourself and be transparent and you can be safe? You need to find that. And then number 8, rely on the strength of your community. And your community might be 1 or 2 safe people, and that's okay, but we need to have some people. And number 9 is set aside time to come and be with Him. Again, spending that time with God every day, whether it's quiet time, reading His Word, worshiping. And the last one is, and this is the one that kind of encompasses all of it, prioritize you. I know we have this thought process that when we prioritize ourselves, we're being selfish. But it's really just the opposite, because unless we prioritize ourselves, we cannot do all the things we need to do and that maybe we're called to do. to help others, to help those that do need help. So you know the illustration about the oxygen mask, right? And an airplane, when the pressure is going down, we do not go and get everybody else's mask on first. We put ours on first, because if we're not healthy, we can't help anyone else. If we can't breathe and we don't have oxygen, we can't help anyone else. So I'm going to create a PDF of these 10 things that you need to begin implementing in your life as part of your self-care plan, as part of your correcting any burnout, compassion fatigue you might be moving toward, or just to keep yourself in a place of not getting there. So stay tuned. I have some new videos coming up in a few weeks.